Hello, Gemini Sun and Moon, and welcome to your 2022 yearly reading. Today we're going to break down your 2022 and see what is in store for you. This is reading I did for myself on my birthday to just get an idea of my next year ahead and figure out the themes and kind of what was going to happen. So how this will work is we're going to get an Archetypes card to get an idea of that theme, that big picture, kind of what the whole year is going to look like at a big level, and then we're going to break it down into 4 different parts or 4 different quarters. So we'll get a tarot card to represent each of those quarters, and then we'll get an animal spirit card to clarify for that tarot card. This reading I also call the Wild Unknown reading because all the decks here are from the Wild Unknown by Kim Krans. So just a little something funny there. But let us get started with our archetype card here. So Gemini, let us see what the theme of your 2022 is going to be. Archetypes deck, please give me the theme card for Gemini for 2022. What is their major theme for 2022? No, one card, please. Give me the theme for Gemini's 2022. Nope. Almost. One card. One card. Okay, let's see what fell over here. Okay, top card, the riddle. Ooh, interesting. I've not seen this card before. Okay, the riddle. So we definitely see that 3-tier triquarta, however, I'm not sure how to say that honestly, but that 3-tier, we see different imagery, some hands reaching out here. So let's see what the riddle says for your year. Okay, Gemini group, so it feels like we are kind of at an impasse here, right? We've been working very hard in our self-discovery process. We've been looking to figure out who we are and what's kind of going on, but we've hit a point where we're kind of stuck and we don't know what to do next. And what the riddle asks us to do, what it talks about, is to stop trying. It's kind of that surrender to the universe, to like these hands we're seeing on the edge here, just surrendering to it, and the rest will figure itself out. Often for the riddle, right, where it's like it's that unexpected answer, that's something that's not obvious or maybe too obvious, so then you don't think about it, where there's just that confusion, right, where it's like we go around in these circles moving through and we end up in a place that we might not realize or didn't suspect, but we only get there by letting go and stopping our forward, like our movement to keep trying, right? So we're kind of hitting our head against a wall here because we don't know our way forward, so we just need to stop and close our eyes and just let ourselves breathe and see what happens. So that's what your 2022 year is looking like and what it's asking you to do, right? Is this step back process to just kind of let life happen to you a little bit and see where it takes you at this point, because you've done so much active work, so much already with all this progression and movement forward, and you don't know where to go next, so you just need to let the universe take you where it wants you to go next, okay? So let us see how this will break down into your year. We'll have your card over here. We'll start with our tarot here and get our first card for the quarter. Okay. Wild Unknown, please give me the... Oh, no, 2 cards. Okay. Here we go. Let me finish. Wild Unknown, please give me the first quarter card for Gemini for 2022. Thank you. Oh, okay. Is that a reverse or is that a upright? Reverse. Okay. So not as scary in reverse. Definitely not, still a fun card though usually. So let us get our clarifying card with our animal spirit deck. Animal spirit deck, please clarify the tower card in reverse for our Gemini for their first quarter. 1 card, please. Please clarify the tower for 2022 first quarter for Gemini. 1 card, please. There we go. Oyster. Interesting. Okay. Let us see here. Okay, Gemini. So our first quarter of 2022, we are in this reverse tower energy and this kind of oyster energy. We have kind of clammed up, closed ourselves off. It does feel like we in 2021 had this kind of tower moment. So it happened somewhere over here. It's already happened to us, and we're still kind of dealing with the fallout of it, right? We are scared of how we're moving forward, how we're progressing through the situation, and that's why we've kind of clammed up here, right? So there's still a lot of light left in the situation, and like in the post of the situation here, right? So our oysters have those hidden treasures inside, right? But we're very still closed off to it. We feel very unstable at this point because we're dealing with this leftover energy of this tower here. So whatever husk or scarred tree stump that's left after being struck by lightning in this tower moment here, that's what we're dealing with and still trying to progress and figure out as we're moving forward into 2022, right? So where you'll figure out in the long run, right? Usually most tower moments are kind of it's that destruction process, but it's also like an aha moments, like a deep realization, right? Where it's like the universe takes out the things in your life that didn't actually matter, things that you were trying to build but weren't for your highest good or your highest self, your higher purpose. The things that didn't serve you, the universe takes out in these tower moments, right? So it ends up being for the best in the long run, right? Because it puts us on a different path through into our journey, helps us move forward. But it's still very, very painful to go through, right? So that's why that is that reclusiveness, that drawing, taking ourselves inside, like shelling up, right? It feels almost very Cancerian for that energy, for that Cancer crap, like shelling up, right? But that's why we have this, I feel like, this riddle energy here, right? Because you're purposely taking a step back from your life to just kind of reevaluate and resituate yourself after going through something big and deep and potentially traumatic earlier in 2021, it seems like, what it feels like. So that fallout of the tower moment. So we're moving forward slowly but surely, but you're stopping yourself, stopping that movement with this riddle energy, right? In order to figure out the riddle. You're just pausing, taking a deep breath and closing your eyes and seeing when you open them again, where you end up. Because deep inside this oyster, right, we do have those special inner pieces that are being protected. So we'll get through this moment here as you'll progress forward into the rest of your year. So let us see what comes out for your second quarter here. Okay. Wild Unknown, please give me the second quarter card for Gemini for 2022. Oh, nope. One card, please. Second quarter energy for Gemini for 2022. One card out. That is towards me. That is a positive card. So 8 of Wands. Okay. That's a good one. We like to see that one. Definitely better than their tower energy. Okay. Animal Spirit deck, please give me clarification on the 7 of Wands for Gemini for 2022, their second quarter. Clarification on the 7 of Wands, please. Oh, cool. One card flipped. Perfect. Peacock. Okay. So Gemini, as we move forward into our second quarter here, right? So this is January, February, March, April, May, June here, right? You're coming into your birthday energy here for Gemini. And we are in a much better place in the second quarter here. We have been kind of in our shells for a while, but we're coming out of it, right, with this acceptance piece that the peacock represents. The peacock is very accepting of just all energy that is around it. The description says it can digest anything. So it's a true radical acceptance here. for what's happened in our lives, what's how we're moving forward, what the situations we're dealing with are, right? And our Seven of Wands here, the wand in the middle here is the one that's lit up, and all these other ones are falling away. This is showing that conviction we have and that inner strength, right? So that inner fire that's still burning, right? So it's funny because it's almost flipped here, right? We see the tower, the tree struck, and we have the fires here, and it's on this opposite side, but now it's flipping over and coming into this more positive energy, this positive fire, this positive inner strength piece as we're moving forward, right? So we've stopped kind of beating our head against a wall, it feels like, right? And being in this stuck, unbalanced energy in the first quarter that the riddle's asking, right? And we've stopped moving, and we're finally able to find a new way forward and just accept everything, right? So that's also what the riddle talks about, for just accepting the situations as they are, and then you will end up finding your answer. And we get that with this peacock energy coming out, and knowing we have the strength to deal with whatever may come through the Seven of Wands energy here, right? So that fending it off, fending for ourselves with that deep inner strength and moving forward in whatever capacity necessary, with aggression, with fighting that opposition force, right? So it's that radical acceptance, right? So this is the radical piece, this is the acceptance piece coming through after dealing with the fallout of this reverse tower moment, probably somewhere here in 2021, into reverse tower, that fallout energy, and then actually finally gaining the strength back from it, accepting it for what it is, accepting what's happened to us, and finding our inner strength still regardless of it, and being able to move forward and progress. All right, so that seems to be this flow forward. And the peacock here really, really more speaks to this riddle energy here, right? Where it's like, we don't know what's happening. We don't know exactly everything that is going on with ourselves and in our situations and our lives and everything else around us. But we can still accept it regardless, and still know that the universe is moving us in the ways it deems fit, that is going to be most beneficial for us, and that we'll still be able to learn from it and maybe down the line understand, right? So that is the difficulty with having a growth mindset in some situations, but can provide solace at the same time, where it's like you go through very, very difficult situations, and it sucks when you're going through it. But if you have a growth mindset through these processes, you know that you will get benefit from it either way. So that's kind of that movement forward, that progression, and that realization for just letting go, accepting, and knowing that it'll actually mean something in the long run. You just might not see it at the time. You might not see it for years, but down the line at some point it will make sense, right? The riddle will make sense. So let us move into our third quarter here and see what happens next. Okay. So, Wild Unknown, please give me the third quarter card for Gemini for 2022. Third quarter card for Gemini. Oh, thank you. The Star. Okay, that's good. That's a good card. I like to see that one. So we might get our answer to our riddle here sooner than we think. Let's see. Animal Spirit, please give me a clarification on the Star card for Gemini for 2022. Oh. This one. Eagle. Ooh, that's cool. That's some good energy there, Gemini. Okay. So Gemini, with our third quarter here, there's this deep spiritual transformation happening here for you. So our Star card here, what I was kind of joking or might be seeing here. So stars, that's wishing on a star, right? That kind of wish fulfillment piece. That's the energy of this card. So we might get the answers to our question that we're having in the riddle, what we've been trying to figure out. But either way, you are in a place now at this point where you are just enjoying the journey regardless, right? You're going through this big transformation energy with this Eagle card here. And Eagle is a highly spiritual card. It's actually my family totem specifically, but there's so much There's so much going on here for your deep transformation, your psychic energy, what you're figuring out for yourself. Because through the star energy here, you can't figure out all of life's mysteries, all of life's questions, right? But you can still enjoy the process, still enjoy looking up at the stars, and not worry about figuring out this life big riddle that you're looking at, right? There's still, again, value in what you're learning, value in what you're seeing and learning and understanding. And you're getting deeper and deeper meaning for it by trying not to find the meaning, if that makes sense, right? So you're just enjoying the process, enjoying being alive, enjoying the transformation, enjoying what you're going through, looking up at the stars, enjoying the beauty that you're surrounding you. Still wishing on the stars, but just not being attached to what happens, attached to the answer, or finding the answer. It'll come in time. There is meaning there's so much meaning here, right? You have this third quarter, very, very strong cards. This is kind of your summer energy, July, August, September here for this third quarter. There's a lot of meaning you're finding in just life in general. It might not be the answer you've been seeking or the answer you're trying to find, been looking for, but you don't mind or don't care as much because you're still transforming, still learning, still growing regardless, right? So you're enjoying the feeling the grass between your toes, the sun on your face, right? Seeing the stars at night, the crisp, cool winter air mornings, the calm, snowy nights, right? You're finding those little joys and those little pleasures in life, these individual little stars here, without worrying about the bigger mystery, the bigger purpose, the big universe here, right? You're going through this big transformation process with the eagle, regardless, and it really feels like in this third quarter here, you're just enjoying it. You're just enjoying being alive, enjoying what's happened after, because you went through a lot here, right? This end of 2021, beginning of 2022, this first quarter, you were still recovering a lot from this situation here, and you managed to find your strength and find acceptance in your situation with the situations you were in that second quarter here. And now you're from this process, you're really transforming in a deeply big spiritual way here with your star and eagle card, into a new phase of your life here. So lots of good energy here, Gemini. That's very, very exciting. Let's see if there's anything else here. I think it's interesting to kind of look at these tarot cards up the top here, right? So we have the same kind of coloring here with these, your first two quarter cards, with the red, the orange, and the yellow here, and the fire especially. That's mirrored into your Seven of Wands, the second quarter here. But as you get further in, look at this reversal here, right? So we have the whites to gray to black here around the fire, but around the star is the black to gray to white in a different expanding with these little pockets of white, and the star is full of all this color here. I think that's very, very interesting. And then combine it here, so with the peacock's eye and the peacock eye feathers, the eyes and the feathers here mirroring the beginning of this eagle energy here, right? That you see the start of the eagle energy in the peacock with this radical acceptance piece, being able to digest anything, just accept life as it is, right? And that transformation process into the eagle, right? We see the beginnings of it here in your second quarter. For both of your cards here, or both of the energy you move into. So again, this kind of reversal energy, this start here, this whoosh, right? So it's just very interesting to note that progression here as you've moved in from your second quarter into your third. So lots of good big energy. So let us get our last quarter here for you for 2022, Gemini. Okay, last quarter energy, please, for Gemini for 2022. Last quarter energy. Oh, we had one that flipped towards me. Nope, towards them. Okay, Daughter of Wands. Good. Okay. Okay, clarification, please, on the Daughter of Wands from the animal spirit. Oh, okay. Octopus. Okay. So first off, I want to point out, look at these kind of spirally loop energies in both of the cards in your last quarter here. So we got the tentacles on the octopus here, and then we've got the snake and our figure 8 here. So some similar imagery there. So finally here, Gemini, for our last quarter energy, right? The Daughter of Wands here is still talking about that like spiritual evolution, that growth process, that very deep spiritual energy, that transformation that's happened in your previous quarter here, right? The Daughter of Wands does continue that energy with that free will and passion and like free spirit kind of visionary energy that this card carries. So to me, it's showing that continuous process, that more sustaining energy of that spiritual transformation you've been going through, right? So you're able to sustain it in your latter half of the year here through keeping an eye on your stars and making sure that you're paying attention to those little joys, right? But the clarification for the octopus is just kind of a little bit of a warning. That's a little bit too intense of a word, but just kind of like a reminder to make sure you're maintaining yourself and not falling into old habits again. So our octopus they're very, very smart creatures, right? Can fit into lots of spaces, can get themselves into trouble pretty easy though too at the same time, because they can fit themselves in so many pieces and places. So the octopus card asks you to make sure to maintain your boundaries and have strong boundaries, because as you have come into this new energy, this new spiritual transformation, right? It's very, very exciting, but you also have to make sure to maintain. You have to maintain your energy, you have to maintain your boundaries, you have to maintain your structure in order to sustain. So you have the ability to sustain through this Daughter of Wands energy here, but you do that by making sure you don't fall into the negatives of this octopus energy. By making sure you have those good, strong boundaries, right? And you're not falling into the old habits again with this riddle card here, right? Falling into the questioning and trying to beat your head against the wall. You've already learned that lesson, right? That's been this progression through for your year for 2022, for learning this lesson, for just not trying to control life at any given moment, not trying to control life all the time, to let life happen naturally and in the way it needs to, right? As you've been learning, you came through this deep realization. So make sure, as this is progressing through, right, this is that ending energy, make sure to keep at it, make sure to not fall back into old habits, to try and figure out this answer, right? It's still going to come to you in time with this riddle energy. We see it. This fluctuation in movement, right? These spirals, again, mirrored in these two cards, these loops, right? So we see the loops here tying in your whole year together. So just the octopus asks us to make sure to be like, just make sure you're still strong, make sure you're maintaining, make sure to not fall back into those bad habits again, right? So don't get too clingy. Don't try and cling to the ideas of everything you've come through, right? So you've learned to let life flow, let yourself grow, right? So don't try and stay in the same place now that you've grown, right? You've grown. If you feel the need to keep growing, let that happen. Let that keep moving forward, right? Don't let yourself get stuck again, okay? Don't let yourself fall back into this oyster energy. Don't come full circle again and get stuck in this oyster energy and clam up and stay stuck in the same place, right? Oysters don't move that same way. Like octopus, right? They can get themselves into anything. Oysters don't move. So make sure to balance yourself out, right? Maintain that balance. This infinity, right? This infinity is balance at the same time. Make sure to maintain everything you've learned, this process you've gone through, because you've done a lot. You've done a lot of transformation in this year, in 2022. So just make sure to keep at it and don't let yourself fall back into bad habits, okay? But Gemini, that is what I have for you for your 2022. I hope it's resonating and making sense to you. Please feel free to come back and let me know how your year progresses. If this is the energy that's happened to you in each quarter as the year progresses, I'd love to know. I think it'd be very, very interesting to just be able to kind of observe and acknowledge those pieces as the year progresses. But that's all I have for you today, Gemini. I hope you have an amazing 2022. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below if you've enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.